just miss him so
Yeah, no,
much.
huh? Yeah, couldn't tell based off of any visual indicators right now. But when Eichel comes in, you know, we're gonna have to make cap room somehow. Of course, and he has a great game because he can't just have $12 million in goaltending. Couldn't have been a shutout though, because I really wanted that. Are you serious right now? Will you two just stop it? Yes, he's gone. Get over it. Like, it's okay that you have this jersey because you have one from every single team, but seriously, like, stop worshiping the guy. And dude, have a little bit of sympathy, okay? This is what some people got hooked on in hockey. Maybe that's the only reason they watch. Not a true fan. Are we good? Are we good, you two? Yeah, whatever. I guess I miss him too. Who got the win though? Alright, you wanna go? Oh, this is never gonna end. Let's go! Yeah!
Bro! He did it! We're on a freaking power play! Why are we not shooting? Yes! Let's go!
I can't even grammar properly right now. How frustrated I am. The Vegas Golden Knights lose 2-1 against the Chicago Blackhawks. I mean, I want one from every team anyway, and if I was going to have to get one of this team, then it would have to have been this player. But plus, it was on super sale, so that helps, right? This game, it was the first time in the entire time I've been watching Fleury since 2009, so over a decade, that I had cheered for a goal to go past him. And it was the weirdest thing. The video tribute before the game was really great. I almost cried then because, I don't know, I miss him. I named my son after him. And it looked a little bit like he was crying underneath the mask during the game tribute video, which I'm glad they did before the game started instead of at the first commercial break, which some games do, like the one with Ryan Reeves not that long ago. Oh, why are there so many returns this week? But it's just, he's my favorite player in the league. I'm gonna cheer harder for him than any other individual in the league, except for when he plays my team. So,
it's okay. You still got me.
Naturally, I was cheering for the Golden Knights in this game, and for not a shutout. I also didn't want him to get blown out by any means, but still I wanted it to be a good game where Vegas came out on top, because I still hate the Blackhawks organization. Also, it took me about 10 minutes into the first period to realize this was the first game that Vegas and Chicago have played against each other since their actual playoff series from the bubble a year and a half ago, and that is bizarre. Of all the teams we faced in the playoffs, there seems to be the least amount of animosity between these two teams specifically. And Leonard used to play for the Blackhawks, Fleury for the Golden Knights, then they were on the same team on the Golden Knights, and now they're playing against each other on the opposite teams. It's just weird. And they do well to start the game. Vegas opens up the scoring. Ben Hutton gets his first as a Golden Knight, and of course it had to be not only the opening score, because then it's the back and forth between the two sides of this fan base, but also it had to be someone that had never really played with Fleury. Carrier gets injured in the first and won't return for the rest of the game though, and that's unfortunate. That first period, Golden Knights came out on top, 1-0. But in the second period, about 4 minutes into the second period, Fleury makes a right pad stop, and that right pad, oh, I've seen that right pad do some amazing thievery, and this is another one of those instances, and then it leads directly to a chance for the Chicago Blackhawks, and Kara buries it past Leonard to tie the game 1-1. And it's at this point where I'm like, okay, of course, this game has to go to the shootout. Fleury versus Robin Leonard in the shootout is something that we all need to see, apparently, and yeah, nope, that's just exactly how this game is gonna go, except it's not, because I don't even know, it was 2 minutes later. No, it was like 10. Still. Defensive zone turnover, Riley Stillman grabs it for his first of the year, flings it in off of Hutton, and it changed directions. There was a ton of people in front. There was no way Robin Leonard could have seen that. It was literally not on him. But it's 2-1 Chicago, and we're going into the third, which, you know, that's the good sign for Vegas, going down by a goal or more, I guess, into the third. That's always a good thing, because Vegas just, you know, with those third period comebacks. And then there was a thing going around where Fleury is gonna get an empty net goal, and what's gonna happen when that happens? Because, of course, it's gonna have to happen against the Golden Knights. I am so glad it didn't. Oh my goodness, I would have had a stroke. Fun fact from Justin Emerson: Hutton, Kara, and Stillman had combined for 2 goals entering the night, and Kara had both of them. So that's a fun statistic, isn't it, guys? And Vegas just, I don't know what they were doing. They were missing the net from getting passes into the slot. I like just, this is the most upset I've ever been following a Fleury win ever. And yeah, nope, oh no. And, but he had an amazing performance, you know, 30 saves on 31 shots. Really, really, really good. So he has to be the first star, right? In the game that he returns to Vegas because, of course.
Nope.
I sometimes really don't like the way that home teams do this because he was clearly the first star, and I get Ben Hutton got his first goal with the Golden Knights and we want to honor that, but still.
All the fans would have agreed with it.
I agree. Marc-Andre Fleury has now beaten all 32 teams. I believe he's the 6th goalie to do that. There wasn't really a statistic on this that was very easily accessible. It took me like an hour and a half to figure this out, but yeah, Jonathan Bernier, I believe, was the first one to do it against 32 teams. But Fleury has him beat, I guess, because he did it against 33. I know Atlanta Thrashers are just the Winnipeg Jets because they just moved, but still, I do not associate those two teams together whatsoever. So there you have it. That's Fleury's return to the Fortress. Really good game for him. In fact, when Pittsburgh came back to Vegas in his first game against them, he also won with the Golden Knights against the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1. Isn't that funny? And then in his return to Pittsburgh, he lost 5-4. So expect when Vegas goes to Chicago, us to win 5-4. That's just how it's gonna work. I'm just glad that this game is over, and hopefully our fan base can just, you know, because he's on a different team. I just want this to be over. Cause I fall squarely in the middle. I named my son after this dude. The man. And I need a Robin Leonard jersey because I have, oh boy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, the reverse retro, 2 Pittsburgh ones. So 5 Fleury jerseys. I have 0 Leonard ones. So that needs to change. And tweet. Hey, jerseys are expensive.
You know that?
Yeah, I do know that. That's gonna be Game 38's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night. These games against him are gonna be so annoying because there's 2 extremes. Like, I feel like I'm in the middle where I'm like, yep, I miss him. Yep, I'm cheering for the Golden Knights. And that is a rare, rare thing right now.